Hi, so today I'm going to teach you a technique that's called reversing the spin. And reversing the spin is working with the emotional energy in our bodies. So every emotion is literally just energy, and every emotion is in movement. So the actual definition of emotion is energy in movement. Energy or emotion is designed to move into us. We're designed to receive the message of the emotion, and then it's designed to release. We're not intended to hang on to that emotional energy, but we've never been taught that. So when we feel something, usually what the situation is, oh Lord, I'm feeling a feeling and I don't like this feeling, and what do I do with this feeling? I have no idea what to do with this feeling. We've never been taught the meaning of our various different emotions. We've never been taught how to process them. We've never been taught to understand the messages that they hold. So when they come, we kind of freak out a little bit. We're like, oh, here's an uncomfortable emotion. Let me see what I can do to shove it down. Let me see what I can do to distract myself away from it. Let me see what I can do to keep myself so busy that I'm not feeling it. Let me see what I can do to blame somebody else for my feelings. So there are a lot of techniques that we have to manage our emotions, and not one of them is healthy. So this is actually a healthy way of dealing with your emotions and changing the energy of them, because again, emotions are just energy in motion. So let's say we're feeling a feeling right now, and I imagine that you've tuned into this section of the website because you're feeling something and you're wanting to clear it. So really just close your eyes. It's actually easier to feel our feelings when we close our eyes. Let's just tune into the feeling that you're feeling, that you're wanting to clear. And again, give it a number on a scale of 1 to 10, just so that you know where you're starting. And when you know where you're starting, you actually can experience the shift much easier than if you haven't assigned a number to your initial feeling. So just assign a number to your feeling, scale of 1 to 10. Good. And then what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to just imagine where you feel that feeling in your body. Most of our uncomfortable feelings we feel in our torso, whether we feel them in our throat, the upper end of our torso, or we feel them in our lungs. We might feel them over in our heart. A lot of times we feel them in our gut, because our gut is our emotional center. So just tune into where you feel that emotion. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine what direction that energy or emotion is moving. So most emotion will either spin in one direction or it'll spin in another direction. It'll move in a wave across our bodies in one direction or another, or it'll move in a wave from front to back. So really just tune into the emotion and imagine the direction that emotion is moving. Hairball. If you would like to if you'd like to give the emotion a color, you're welcome to do that as well. So you can just give it a little color. It's easier to identify that way. And then again, just close your eyes, really tune in. And again, this is just about imagining. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be right. Just imagine that emotion, where it lives in your body, what direction it's moving, what color it is. You can tell whether it's a big ball or sort of situation of emotion, or whether it's sort of on the smaller side. You can tell whether it's moving very quickly or whether it's moving a little bit more slowly. So just really tune in. And once you've got an idea, maybe even a mental imagining or a picture of what your emotion looks like, I want you to imagine that you literally pull that emotion out of wherever it lives. And whatever direction it was going in, I want you to move it in the opposite direction after you slow it down. So let's say your emotion that you're pulling out is going in a counterclockwise direction. And like sticking your finger in the spoke of a little wheel, you stick your finger and you slow that emotion down until it's stopped. And then you change the spin of it. You change it to a clockwise direction. And it can be a slow pace or a pretty revved up pace. You'll just kind of feel or sense the pace of the new spin. And then I want you to imagine that you place that emotion that's moving in a different direction back where it came from. Your body will usually take a big releasing breath when you do. And then you'll notice the shift that takes place in your body when you've reversed the spin of the emotional energy that was heading you in a not so great direction. And what you'll find is that that energy now heads you in a better direction. And you can play with this. Actually, what I've found is that the more you play with it, the more effective it becomes. But I've also found that with some clients, they just do it once and they're like, wow, I cannot believe how this has changed. I cannot believe how fast my emotional state has shifted. So give it a go and see how it feels for you. And of course, you're welcome to let us know your experience. Just email us at info@mindmattershypnosis.com.